by Circa Sports, and by your local Hyundai dealer. Find the dealer nearest you at buyhyundai.com. A nice montage of the pink bats here on Mother's Day. Series rubber match. Cubs Rangers from Globe Life Field. Alex Cohen, Jim DeShays here. And for more on the special anniversary of the pink bat on Mother's Day, let's head it out to Elise Medeker. Elise.
Yeah, Alex, and a day that we also raise awareness for breast cancer. I have my hands on one of these special pink bats, and you will see players using these among a lot of other pink in this game. So you're going to see the pink ribbon decal for breast cancer on the jerseys. Players also have the option to wear these awesome pink socks. I mentioned the bats. There's sweatbands. Of course, there's always that catcher's equipment, and Craig Counsell saying for sure this is one of the players' favorite days because they get to show thank you to probably one of the most important people in their lives. Now, Craig Counsell, back in the day, 2006, he was part of the inaugural season of all of this pink. So I showed him this picture before the game. To be honest, he didn't remember much from it, but he did say he gave his mom the pink bat after the game. Then he goes, I probably went another 0 for 4. So the typical Craig Counsell humor there for you. Now, this is some video of the Ian Happ and Pete Armstrong bats being made. Talked to both guys before the game saying they think these bats are cool. And Pete in particular saying, hey, you know, as long as my mom likes it, that's all that matters. I mentioned that this is the 20th anniversary of the pink bats being used in this game, and that's thanks to John Hillerick. He's president and CEO of Hillerick and Bradsby. So the creator of these bats, his company still making all of the Louisville bats for MLB. And I have to give a special thank you to Sean Bowdy. It's why we have our hands on this guy and we can show you the bats that they use. So I kind of want to steal it, but I think it'll be pretty obvious who took it if I keep it, guys.
At least you can borrow it. If they have a 3330, you can bring it up here, too. Thanks so much, Elise Medeker. Alex Cohen, Jim DeShays here. And we're getting ready for our keys to the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealer, JD.
Yeah, keys to the game. Happiness is Ian Happ now has reached base safely in 30 consecutive games, and during that stretch has an on-base percentage of .406. They're up against Jacob DeGrom. DeGrom-a-nation, two-time Cy Young Award winner, 5 times an All-Star, lifetime ERA of 2.58, and forever young. Josh Young, since April 1st, is batting .364. That is tops in Major League Baseball. He had a big night last night, including a home run into the Rangers bullpen.
Good keys to the game. Now time for the Cubs lineup. Nico Horner, Moises Ballesteros, Seiya Suzuki, 1, 2, 3. Mo Baller back in the lineup. 4, 5, 6. Ian Happ, Michael Busch, Carson Kelly, and then the bottom third of the Cubs order, Pete Crow Armstrong, Dansby Swanson, and Matt Shaw gets the start at third, hitting 9. So it's Nico Horner against Jacob DeGrom. A Mother's Day matchup. And the first pitch. It's a ball. We are underway here in Texas.
And DeGrom, you saw that fastball at 98. He's averaging just a tick over 97 miles per hour. Has the 5th best strikeout to walk ratio in Major League Baseball. That's nothing new. That's what he has done throughout his career. And the Cubs first look at him since September of 2022. So it's been a while.
First face-off against the Cubs in 2014. Nico hitless this series. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, something that you don't say often with Nico Horner, swing and a miss, but that's the nature of that slider from DeGrom. He'll get a lot of swings and misses on that pitch.
Nico to center, hangs up in the air a little bit too long. Evan Carter makes the catch. This is Ballesteros, first start of the series yesterday. Pinch hit, flew out to center. An impressive rookie season. 6 homers thus far. Swing and a miss. Got a healthy hack at that one. Ballesteros didn't start the last 2 nights because Michael Conforto has been one of the hotter hitters in baseball.
And coinciding with that, Ballesteros scuffling a little bit here lately.
Swing and a miss. Well, we have pink bats and we have pink mask. Adam Hamari's mask. Pinked out. Good color scheme there. The Wilson yellow. Ballesteros stays alive.
What is Wilson yellow? Like there's.
Well, it was
like pine green forest green, and there's a Wilson yellow.
Well, you have the Wilson.
Oh,
emblem,
the W.
And it was in yellow.
Oh, I thought maybe there was like a.
Like
on a paint wheel, you know, from the paint store. I'm going to paint my den Wilson yellow.
It was the Wilson sign with the yellow.
Yeah,
marker.
well, we may have just.
Your idea.
Done Wilson a favor, yeah.
Like
there might be a new paint deck.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jacob deGrom strikes out Moises Ballesteros. He strikes out a lot of guys and doesn't allow many people on base. Lowest career opponent on base percentage, AL/NL since 1905. Jacob deGrom, a .257 on base.
Yeah, everybody on that list, the Hall of Famer, and some of them from the way back machine. Addie Joss, Christy Mathewson, Three Fingers Brown. That's an impressive group. Koufax, Sale, and Pedro Martinez.
Sale, the only other active pitcher. Swing and a miss from Sale. 98-mile-per-hour fastball. It's taken on the outside corner for a strike. deGrom working quickly and pounding the strike zone early. His 1-2 pitch.
deGrom gave it up a little bit last time out to the Yankees. He gave up 6 earned runs in 6 1/3. And he's allowed 1 or none in 5 of his 7 starts this year.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 1,900 for Jacob deGrom. 1-2-3 inning. Jamison Tyone gets the start in his home state. Bottom of the first coming up next. Rangers here from Globe Life Field Series rubber match. It's time for the Rangers lineup, and it's brought to you by Ford. Nimmo, Duran, Seager, 1-2-3. Young, Carter, Peterson, 4-5-6. Ozuna, Jansen, and Foscue, 7-8-9.
Well, here comes J-Mo. And strikeout rate is up so far this year. The home run has continued to be a problem for him. 18 of the 20 runs. So that's 90% of the runs he has allowed this year have come via the home run. And Cubs won each of his last 5 starts. The good news is, aside from the home runs, he doesn't walk a ton of guys, and the league's only batting .215 against him.
First pitch is fouled back out of play. Talk about J-Mo striking out more hitters. Strikeout rate 8 strikeouts per 9 innings. That is his most since 2023. Again, small sample size early on. Average fastball velocity 91.5 miles per hour, but it's been steadily going up since the start of the season. Go to Nimmo.
Go into a game like this against a guy like deGrom, you know runs are going to be at a premium, or you assume that they will be, but you can't allow that to affect your approach. He's not pitching against deGrom, he's pitching against these Rangers hitters. Enough on your plate to worry about facing the hitters. Can't really contemplate who your opposing starting pitcher is.
Ball rips it to second, but right at Nico. Fires the first, 1 away. So here's Ezekiel Duran. Snapped a 6-game hitting streak yesterday, 0 for 4. Swing and a miss. Played a little bit of everywhere this series, starting at second base, but we've also seen him in left field and right field. One. Foul ball. JD, yesterday Cubs got shut out, but they did have their chances, especially early on. Drew a bunch of walks, had the bases loaded, stranded, 2 aboard a couple times. Just didn't quite go their way.
Yeah, it had to be frustrating in the dugout, having all those opportunities that just could not cash in.
Slow chopper to short. Dansby comes in, bare hands to holds the throw to first, and it's an infield single here for Ezekiel Duran.
And perhaps didn't get a great grip on that ball, or perhaps just realized with a speedy guy going down the line he didn't have much of a chance and decided not to make the throw. I think he made a prudent decision. So Nimmo hits it hard. He's out. Duran hits a little roller. He's got himself a knock.
Corey Seager would take the latter at this point. Struggled recently. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it back.
Seager in yesterday's game struck out his first 3 trips to the plate. In his last chance, he bounced into a double play. That's not a good day for a really good player, but he's been scuffling.
Seager hitting 197. 0 for 8 this series. Let's take it up.
Duran's a plus runner, certainly a threat to steal.
This is outside. Corey Seager, one of 4 players to win World Series MVP twice. Along with 3 Hall of Famers, Koufax, Gibson, Jackson.
2020 as a Dodger, 23 here with the Rangers.
Corey Seager walks.
Yeah, so a bit of a predicament here early for J-Mo. Couple on, and Josh Young, who's swinging a hot bat. While many of the Ranger hitters have struggled here in their home ballpark, this guy has not. He's put up big numbers here.
And had a big day yesterday with 3 hits and a homer. Takes a strike.
364 batting average since April Fool's Day. Tops at MLB.
Wildemar Vargas has dropped to 3rd on that list. Did he go? He did not.
Probably checked it up.
On 1 from J-Mo. Hit to 3rd. Shaw steps on 3rd for 1 to 1st. It's a double play. Nice job, Matt Shaw. 5-3 twin killing. And Jamison Tyone gets out of the 1st inning unscathed. Two here at Globe Life Field. Those score Cubs and the Rangers. Ian Happ starts things off in the 2nd. First pitch is taken low.
The lefties have really struggled against DeGrom this year, batting just 156 against him. Right-handed batters have put up good numbers, and relatively small sample, but surprising what the righties have been able to do against them. I don't have a good explanation for it, but there are the numbers. Still an outstanding strikeout to walk ratio, but they've touched him up a little bit in terms of batting average. Probably some there's probably some flukiness in that. And you would think over time that number, that batting average against, would drop significantly.
All right, it's time now for the Old Spice Fresh Stats. Current on-base streaks, Ian Happ at 30, PCA at 13. On-base percentage over 400 for Ian, 377 for Pete. On-base a combined 76 times. Ian with the longest on-base streak for a Cubs player since 2012. Brian LaHare, 32. All-star Brian LaHare.
StatCast 3D, and we take a look at the hits for Ian during his 30-game on-base streak. It's a red, white, and blue. Today we're featuring pink, but Ian Happ with a lot of red, white, and blue. Single, double, 6 home runs in that stretch.
Takes a called third strike there.
Rom came out of that bullpen with some attitude here this afternoon. 3 consecutive strikeouts. Now that one apparently just clipping the top of the strike zone.
Here's Michael Busch. Takes a breaking ball for a strike.
Caught the outside corner. The fastball that struck out Happ was a little high.
Happ yesterday had a challenge in the first inning that was not accepted.
This is Michael Busch's first ever plate appearance against DeGrom. The only guy with any significant experience against him is Dansby. He's at 34 at-bats against the big righty.
Bounce up the middle. Durant backhands, throws, and gets Michael Busch.
Durant, a guy who moves all over the field. We've seen him at second base, left field, and right field in this series. Had a couple real nice plays, both on the dirt and out there in the pasture.
And it's a big pasture here at Globe Life Field. A lot of space in the outfield. He had a nice play in right in game 1. Kelly fouls it back at the screen. Duran's an interesting player. He was at one point a top prospect in their organization. He came over from the Yankees in the Joey Gallo deal. And this is low at 98. One to Carson Kelly. Popped up, shallow right. Nimmo, long run. Makes the catch. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Jacob deGrom. Mutual Insurance field coverage. Out above average. Team leaders in the big leagues. Cubs #1, plus 18. The Dodgers, Red Sox, Braves. There's perennial Gold Glover Ian Happ. Pete Crow Armstrong, Nico Horner, also big reasons why. JD, I'll assume that outs above average was not a thing or even a thought when you were playing.
Correct.
When did people in baseball,
errors was the only thing, right? There was no advanced metrics in breaking down defense. I'm not sure when outs above average became something that they were able to formulate. But you know, they have all the technology they have now. Basically what they're doing is they're taking a player starting position in the field, the exit velocity of the ball in play, the trajectory of the ball in play. That ball is not in play. Carver strikeout victim number 1 for JMO here this afternoon as he beats him with a 4-seam fastball. Maybe a 2-seamer. Anyway, got the job done. So they're able to project, what an average player, whether he should be able to make a play or not on that ball, and they have like catch probability now. So there's a 50% chance that ball would have been caught, a 10% chance. They put stars on them. If a 5-star catch is a ball that there's only like a 5% chance that it was going to be caught, or historically would have been caught.
When you are diving in and researching, is outs above average or metrics like that something that you look at?
Yeah, sure. DRS, outs above average, defensive efficiency. I think the defensive metrics, the stats are still the hardest thing for baseball fans to wrap their brains around. The good thing about this Cubs team, when you see them at the top of that list and outs above average, and you watch them play, you go, yeah, kind of makes sense. It passes the eye test.
It's interesting. I mean, you talk to some of the players from your generation. I feel like it's split. I feel like some players really dive into it like you do and are curious, and there's other players that do not. What made you start looking at it? Just like is it the game? As you figure out the technology, you learn more about
just
it?
Reading.
Yeah.
Just reading.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to understand what front offices are thinking and why they're making the decisions that they make, and why we value certain guys.
3 balls, 2 strikes here for Jamison Tyone. The pitch. It's low and in, ball 4. Peterson walks, races down to first. Let's send it down to Elise Menaker, speaking of gloves.
And when it comes to defense, Ian Happ, we've had this conversation about how he wears his glove. So if you want to call it straight up, where each finger is in each slot of the glove, that's not really a thing anymore. Dansby Swanson is the only guy that we can name who does it. So Ian here is showing me how he puts 3 fingers over in the pinky slot, just because with the bigger pocket with the outfield glove, he feels he has more control. And I love how he put it to me, like, you have one job in the outfield. You have to catch the ball. The transfer not as big as like an infield, and as someone, Ian, who played infield as well, he has a good sense of all of this. So watch him even there, put it in. So 3 fingers all the way over, and that way he just feels he has a better grip on that pocket.
That was probably first popularized by Mordecai 3 Fingers Brown back in the early days.
That's the second Mordecai 3 Fingers Brown mentioned on the broadcast today.
Never get too much 3 Fingers Brown.
2 times in 2 innings.
Yep. Ian 3 Fingers Happ.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. All right, Elise Menaker, you got more?
Yeah, so the guy who told Ian Happ about this, Albert Almora Jr. So when Happ came up in 2017, Albert showed Ian, and really he's used it ever since. I followed up with Albert about it. He said he was doing it since he was like 13 years old. He said it made his gloves feel so much bigger. It all has to do with that pocket and just having control of the glove.
There's a strike. I think Ian shortchanged himself a little bit. He said, when you're in the outfield, you just have to worry about catching the ball. He also throws the ball really well, among the league leaders in outfield assists since he's been in left field. Ooh.
Adam Hamry, the home plate umpire, first checking with Todd Titchener down there at first whether it was a swing or not. Titchener said no swing. Jansen was awarded first base. Inside fastball. Definitely didn't swing and definitely got him.
They get it both left, right, and abdomen.
JMO got that double play off the bat of Young to end the first inning, and immediately pointed in to Carson Kelly. It's a good call. They ran that 2-seamer in on his hands and got that ground ball to start the double play. They're intent on doing their work inside here today with that fastball. That was the slider or cutter. Pitch that
Could have been a strike.
Throws in the zone the most.
Askew to right. Did pretty well. Seiya Suzuki back, makes the catch. 2 scoreless for Jamison Tyone. On to the third here from Globe Life Field. Bombs, and there's Pete Crow Armstrong with his Ashley Crow. Great picture. So Pete Crow Armstrong leads off. All right, live odds brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Pete takes a strike. You look at Pete's stats this season, JD. The batting average is better. The on-base percentage is better. The walk rate is significantly better. Just not slugging as much yet.
Yeah, it comes and goes. We've seen flashes.
Skies that one towards the roof. Right at short. Corey Seager makes the catch.
First 2 games of this series, Rangers starters Kamar Rocker in game 1, Jack Leiter last night. A couple of youngsters with really good arms, but they really battled. A lot of deep counts, a lot of pitches. Not so with the veteran DeGrom here. Very efficient. Setting himself to stick around a while here this afternoon. Mentioned last time out, the Yankees got to him for 6 earned runs. That's the first time in 106 starts that he allowed more than 5 runs.
Wow. Dansby rips it to left, but it holds up for Ozuna.
Last time there was a longer such streak, it was 151 consecutive games, 5 or fewer earned runs, and that was Greg Maddux in 1991 to 1996. And no surprise.
That's so impressive. That long and not have a clunker off outing. Shaw swings and misses. Matt Shaw swinging a hot bat since April 15th. OPS just north of 1,000. Shaw pops it up to center. Evan Carter makes the catch, and it is back to back to back. 1, 2, 3 innings for Jacob deGrom.
Great Mother's Day throughout Major League Baseball, and Dansby Swanson posting this for Mallory on his Instagram. Happy first Mother's Day to my incredible wife. What a blessing it has been watching you transform into this new chapter of life. Josie not only is the best mom in the world, but someone she can look up to forever. We love you. Very sweet, and I think it was with Taylor in the 120 seconds that he said something he's gotten really good at with Josie is making her laugh, so I thought that was really cute.
That's a great picture. Great caption as well. All the Mother's Day posts, all the feels. Debo swings and misses. JD, your wife, Lori, a wonderful mother with 3 wonderful daughters. Hopefully she's getting spoiled today with joy and
I think there's a little tea going on and maybe a movie later on tonight.
Fly Fly ball to center field. Pete Crow Armstrong backpedals to make the catch. Tea in a movie?
I think that's the plan, yes. You know, like an afternoon tea.
Yeah.
They do little sandwiches.
I got to put that into my short list of hobbies, a little afternoon tea. On a cold day in Chicago, could be nice. Swing and a miss.
He's getting some swings and misses on his fastball right through the heart of the zone. Duran with a big swing here. I mean, this swing getting a little long, getting a little greedy. As Ranger hitters, they say, hey, J-Mo's giving up some home runs this year. I'm going to try to take a bite out of him. Swing gets a little long and they come up empty.
J-Mo's allowed 11 long balls this season. None in his first start, all of them in his last 6. It's upstairs. Those home runs have allowed runs. Highest percentage of runs allowed via the home run ball. 90% from Jameson Taillon, 18 of 20.
Despite that, he continues to pitch effectively. ERA right around league average.
Two. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
This time he goes to the breaking ball to get the punch out. 85-mile-an-hour cutter.
Strike on number 3 for J-Mo. Seager swings at the first pitch. Swings through the first pitch. Walked in his first at bat. Another strike. J-Mo with those 3 strikeouts, 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. J-Mo. 2 Ks in a 1-2-3 inning. We are scoreless through 3. Here's the 4th punch out for Jameson Taillon. Gets Corey Seager swinging to the 4th. Top 4 brings the top 3 in the order for the Cubs against Jacob deGrom. 0-0. Nico swings and misses, strike 1. Nico line out to center, first at bat. Miss outside. Here's a picture of Nico and Mom. That's a great picture of Nico and his mom, Keela. Love that. Nico rips it over the head of Corey Seager into the gap in left center. Nico speeding to second. Will get there with a leadoff double. Keela's son, leadoff 2-bagger here in the 4th.
Second time around, maybe the Cubs will get a little something going here against deGrom. This double is brought to you by Elgin Hyundai, home of the 20-year and 200,000-mile warranty on every new car. Needless to say, have to take advantage of this opportunity to lead off double. 2-3-4 due up here. Well played by Osuna out there in the gap, but 2 bases nonetheless for Nico.
Double number 12 for Nico Horner. Estero swings and misses. Another swing and miss.
It started a little late. And that dial up a little bit.
0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ballesteros 0-for-2, 2 Ks here against Jacob deGrom.
Yeah, just overpowering him with that fastball, and the Rangers recognizing that. deGrom and Jansen, the catcher, they just continue to pump fastballs. The highest career strikeout rate in Major League Baseball since 1901, a minimum of 1,500 innings pitched. You see deGrom just a tick behind Chris Sale, and Scherzer, Cole, Randy Johnson. Surprising to see all modern era guys on that list, as the strikeout rate in baseball has climbed significantly.
First pitch is popped up from Sale. Ezekiel Duran makes the catch. deGrom smiles. Pretty impressive to see Scherzer and Randy Johnson on the list with the percentage of strikeouts for how long they pitch.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times guys as they get older have to transition the style a little bit, become more of a finesse style pitcher, but not those guys. They remain power pitchers throughout their long careers. Scherzer's still going. Currently hurt for the Jays. Nolan Ryan, the all-time strikeout king. Just if you're curious about his strikeout rate career-wise, you got to make a pretty long run down that list. Again, all the all-time leaders are, you know, active guys or guys that have been active in the last 20 years or so. Nolan's strikeout rate 25.3%. Makes him 57th all-time.
A lot of those strikeouts here. Well, not here at Globe Life Field, here in Arlington, Texas.
There's a couple slots behind Ryan on that list. Sandy Koufax.
Nico Horner at second. There with the leadoff double, but now 2 outs. Two up. Call strike. JD was talking about Dansby Swanson's history against Jacob deGrom. Ian Happ has some history. That looked a little high. Very close. He has 1 home run against Jacob deGrom.
So difficult. He has such great command. It's not just the stuff, right? It's stuff plus command. Throws the ball where he wants to a high percentage of the time. You've got to be ready to hit that velo, and then he comes with that menacing slider.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Leadoff double stranded. Pair of punch outs for Jacob deGrom. 4 scoreless for him. We're scoreless here from Globe Life Field. Bottom 4 here from Globe Life Field. Identical line scores, no runs, 1 hit, no errors for both teams. Liner shallow left field, falls in front of Ian Happ. It's a leadoff single for Josh Young. All right, with that, let's send it down to Elise Menaker. Elise.
Alex, Carson Kelly, he is behind the plate today. Now, typically after a night-day game, that quick turnaround, we might see Miguel Amaya in there, but I did want to let you know that Carson Kelly is catching because Great Counsel told us before the game, Miguel Amaya, he's been dealing with some back tightness. Now, it was possible that he could play today, but with the day off tomorrow, they wanted to give him the extra day today. And so with that, that means Carson, he gets to wear the pink catcher's gear. And so he told me before the game, it reminds him of his mom, Tracy, all of the sacrifices she made growing up, and his wife, Eloise, with their 2 boys. Just very thankful, he said, every day, but today he gets to take that extra second to reflect on just how much those women mean to him.
Happy Mother's Day, Tracy and Eloise. Carson Kelly catching all 3 games this series. Context from Elise. Misses. Misses as well. Evan Carter has drawn 4 walks this series. Crowd getting loud here. Carter swings and misses.
There's another fastball right through the zone, 92 miles an hour. Jamo's got, got that invisible thing working, that 4-seamer with Carey. Been able to beat some of these Ranger hitters. Appear to be hittable pitches, but they can't catch up to it.
Popped up, fouling out of play. Both pitchers double digits, swings and misses. Jacob deGrom with 12 through 4 innings, 6 of them coming from Moises Ballesteros. And Jamo with 11. Remember, he had a 10 strikeout game earlier this season. Saw a pop up, shallow left field, long run. Ian Happ calls off Dansby Swanson and makes the catch.
On Monday, May 18th, the Brewers come to town for the first time this season. Tickets for this 3-game series are still available at Cubs.com/tickets.
Brewers playing some good baseball. Series against the Yankees right now. Got Jackson Chourio back, Andrew Vaughn back, Christian Yelich coming back. Jacob Mizorowski throwing 104. Brewers are the Brewers. JD, when we talked to Oscar Robertson on Sunday, 1 great interview, but 2, first when we talked to him on Thursday, now it's Sunday. He was there for the 2026 NBA draft lottery. Well, it just happened.
Yeah.
Washington Wizards, the #1 pick. Chicago Bulls, the 4th overall pick.
I saw on my television last night somebody talking about that, and they said that it's a pretty deep draft class. So Bulls should do pretty good at #4, I would think.
This is up.
I didn't know the Washington Wizards still existed. I know that years ago they were the Washington Bullets.
Yep. Great unis. Great unis.
Wes Unseld and those guys.
Swing and a miss from Jock Peterson. Tyone had 60 pitches. Three and a third. 3-2. Line right field hit well. 1 hops off the base of the wall. Seiya picks it up, fires to Nico. Peterson to second, slides in safely.
the middle and the bottom of the order that did all the damage, or most of the damage for the Rangers last night. He really leaned on this one, took a moment to admire it, thinking maybe it got out of here. Really well played by Seiya. There's some funky angles out there, the way that wall kind of dips in and out. Not able to prevent Peterson from getting to second base, but for the time being preventing Young from coming around to score.
First pitch, swing and a miss. That was hit 110.6.
Cubs have their infield about halfway in.
Grounder to first, backhanded Bush, throw home, and he's safe.
Cubs no doubt will contemplate a challenge here. Bushy got rid of that ball. Pretty good shape. They're going to take a look.
Chicago's challenging the safe call at home plate.
All right, they're taking a second look. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. That's really close.
Almost simultaneous, right? When the tag was applied and the foot got to home plate. Is there a little crack of space between that foot and home plate?
Brown doesn't think so. Does he get the top of the pink sock there?
In real time, I thought he was safe. The more I see the replay, I think out, but I just don't know. Again, is there enough to overturn? Understandable that they would take some time with this one back in New York.
He looks out.
Oh, that's a good look. Yeah, they got him. He's out. Good play, Michael Bush. Good tag, Carson Kelly. I'm going to say, folks, feel free to amend your scorebook at home.
Regardless, it's a fielder's choice. Just if he gets the RBI or not. And a lengthy look.
I think it would be cool if on our scorebook we had a red X we could put over that one in the Ranger column.
Oh, it has a view of whiteout, but you're all digital now.
The call stands. Runner safe.
No,
Chicago loses their foul.
no. I don't think so, fellas. I don't think so. It's not there yet.
RBI for Ozuna. Man. Time for Jameson Taillon to recalibrate.
Not that they would do it here at 2 balls, no strikes, but I don't know if Jansen's a capable bunter, but this is a situation a lot of times you see that safety squeeze, first and third, one out.
Bunting.
Now, once the count went to 2-0, it's kind of a swing away count for the hitter. He's taking a long look down at third base coach Corey Ragsdale, who's flashing the signs. Peterson not particularly fleet of foot over there at third base. That might impact their decision. Osuna there at first is fleet of foot.
Shot to third. Shaw fields second for one. Throw to first. It's close. They got him.
The Rangers might want to take a look at this one.
Long look. Yep.
Texas is challenging the alcohol at first base.
All right, for the second time this inning, they're taking a second look. A second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine.
Hansen gets down the line pretty well. Man, bang banger. I don't think they're going to have enough to overturn that one either. I don't know.
Well, we're 0 for 1 so far.
I know. Call on the field was out.
The call stands. Runners out. Texas loses their challenge.
Double play ends the inning. The turn, Shaw to Nico to Bush. 1-0 Cubs trail. Strike first to the fourth. We're now in the top of the fifth. 1-0 Cubs trail. One base runner against Jacob deGrom thus far.
Take another look at this double play. Matt Shaw does a real good job closing the gap in a hurry. Good turn by Nico. Bang banger at first. Big double play.
Danny Jansen, a catcher, really moving down the line to first to make that challenge worthy. Swing and a miss.
If Matt Shaw waits back at that ball, they're not going to get their double play. Saved a run.
Matt Shaw getting the start at third. Alex Bregman off day. Swing and a miss. Pushed down on strikes.
Get way out there. Eagle River, Wisconsin.
That's strikeout number 6 for Jacob deGrom. JD, you were talking about Shaw. If he waits back, or if he doesn't wait back, sorry, if he waits back on that, doesn't charge, doesn't get the double play. Such a nice option to have at first, play all around. That's bounce foul, third base side. If you look at the Cubs bench over the last couple of years, being able to have Matt to play third, second, right, even center. Really.
Yeah, it's a valuable piece. Yep, absolutely. And, I mean, if you're the player and the team you're playing for goes out and acquires a player like Alex Bregman, you know the opportunities that you thought were going to be there will not. So you have to be willing to embrace that role of moving around the diamond, and he has. Continues to be a very productive player. So Bregman gets today off, scheduled off day tomorrow, so he gets 2 days to reset before the series opens Tuesday in Atlanta.
You look at Shaw, still on pace to get a fair amount of at-bats. His next plate appearance will be his 91st of the season. Kelly swings and misses, strike 3.
Attention golfers, Upper Deck Golf returns to Wrigley Field for 3 days only, Thursday, May 14th through Saturday, May 16th. Swing away at 9 locations throughout the ballpark. Book your tee time at upperdeckgolfing.com/Wrigley Field. Seven strikeouts now for DeGrom.
Most this year in a start is 10. He takes a strike.
His career high 15 back in 2021 against Washington.
He pops it up. First base side foul towards the screen, and it goes into the seats. That strikeout game for DeGrom. He was still a member of the New York Mets. This is 4th year with the Rangers.
Originally a 9th round pick by the Mets out of Stetson.
In a two-way play.
2010.
Pop up from Pete. Left side. DeGrom was after it. Now gets called up by Young, who makes the catch. 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. To all the moms and motherly figures out there once again, including Jameson Taillon's mother, Christy. Great picture of the two and the friendly confines. And Jameson Taillon on the mound for his 5th inning of work.
Ooh. Where's that one?
A tick high.
All right.
Husky lofts it foul.
JMO's mom is from Toronto. His dad is from Cornwall, Ontario. JMO pitched for Team Canada in the World Baseball Classic. His Canadian roots.
Parents from Canada, born in Florida, grew up in Texas.
I believe because his parents are both from Canada, I believe he has dual citizenship.
Two. Foul ball. Jameson Taillon played his high school baseball at Woodlands High School outside of Houston, Texas.
Where all the children are above average. Hail to the Highlanders.
Are you calling your children above average?
Everybody, all the kids from the Woodlands are.
Into short. Dansby gobbles it up to first. 1 out. Is that like the school mantra where all the kids are above average?
No, it's just the Woodlands mantra. Where all the women are strong, all the men are good looking, and all the children are above average.
Nimmo swings at the first pitch and pops it up towards third and foul. Shaw over by the dugout, runs out of room. Ball bounced on top of the dugout. A kid nearly fell and lost his cell phone.
Oh no, don't lose the cell phone.
Can't do that.
That kid?
No, there's another one. A little bit taller, a little bit older.
That little guy, man, he's getting after the ice cream. He's got a ball. That's a big day.
The hat.
When we were kids, it was always, why is there a Mother's Day and a Father's Day but not a Kids Day? And the response was always, every day is Kids Day. There's living proof of it right there.
Another 363 days. Ball in one hand, ice cream in the other.
Your dad, hold the spoon for me, would you?
Otherwise known as the dream. Nimmo 0 for 2 with a ground out fly out, 0 for 8 this series. Still sporting a 10-game on base streak. Off down the left field line. That'll go into the seats foul. Brandon Nimmo just got over the 1,000 career hit threshold. That was back on April 18th with a single against Seattle. One of 45 active players with 1,000 hits or more. Great catch by a fan there.
Putting up a pretty good fight here with 2 strikes, fouling off some tough pitches.
Now 6 foul balls this at bat.
Yeah, he's tried everything: the high fastball, the cutter, the change. I feel like J-Mo's throwing too many curveballs here today. One in this sequence.
Line to second, but right at Nico. 2 outs. All right, guys, let's all play ball. Don't miss Play Ball Weekend coming up on June 5th through the 7th, encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. You can visit playball.org to register for a free event near you today. He's added the foam figure into the rotation. Got the ball, got the ice cream, got the foam figure.
It's only the 5th inning, too. He's got time.
That's it well to center. Pete Crow Armstrong races back at the warning track, and he makes the catch, crashing into the wall. Nice recovery from Pete Crow Armstrong. And a deep 1-2-3 inning. Kid waving. J-Mo putting up zeros. A good old-fashioned Mother's Day montage. Everybody wishing their mom a happy Mother's Day. There's mine. All great photos. Our guy Cole Wright up there. Alex Bregman with a happy Mother's Day post to his wife Regan. Dansby Swanson swings and misses. One is lash foul. One, two.
What's the pitch count here for Mr. DeGrom? 64 pitches, working in the 6th.
About to say not a lot.
No, especially for a guy who's racking up a good number of strikeouts.
Pop up from Dansby, shallow center field. Carter, long run. Same with Ozuna, and it nearly falls in the Bermuda Triangle. There might have even been 4 there.
There's a Bermuda quadrangle. So the old line, too many cooks spoil the broth. Well, there's 4 guys converging on this pop-up, and it almost dropped. I mean, high points for being in the picture, guys. Everybody in pursuit. That's what you want to see. Didn't until the very last that Seager said somebody's got to make a play on this ball.
Made that look very nonchalant.
The old Bermuda rectangle.
Say quadrangle first?
Yeah. Is that a thing? Quadrangle?
I like the sound of that better than a
Quadrilateral?
yeah, I don't like. Didn't really look like a rectangle to me.
Well, it was more of a rhombus.
Line drive, right field. Nimmo makes the catch.
Shaw's had a couple pretty good swings at him here tonight, this afternoon. Like just about everybody else, 0 for 2. Cubs with just the one base runner. Lead off double by this guy right here back in the 4th.
For Nico, his first hit of the series. JD, Jacob deGrom, his longest outing of the season, 6 1/3 innings. That was in his last start at the Yankees. Most pitches he's thrown in a game, 94. Nico, line drive, base hit. 2 hits for the Cubs, 2 hits for Nico Hoerner.
Yeah, good to see Nico. He lined out first time up, so he's had some real good whacks at deGrom here today. Lately, it's been a lot of balls on the ground for Nico. But this is a very positive sign.
So Moises Ballesteros up 0 for 2, 2 punch outs. Seeing a lot of fastballs from Jacob deGrom. Fastball up and in. Steps in safely. 7 stolen bases this season. It's good for second on the team. Only less than PCA. He's stealing. Throw down to second, and Nico's safe. Right on cue. Nico Hoerner, stolen base number 8, and a runner in scoring position for the Cubs.
Yeah, I got that big dynamic lead bouncing off of first base. deGrom doesn't step off. Jansen doesn't throw particularly well. And it all adds up to a stolen base for Nico.
For Nico, his first steal since April 19th. Let's go Cubbies chant. Ballesteros late on another heater.
Big long stride, and the bat drags a little bit. Just got to be a little quicker to compete against this velocity. And most certainly capable of hitting velocity. Not today.
Miss strike 3. 6 scoreless innings for Jacob deGrom. 1-0 Cubs trail. Summary is brought to you by Wintrust, a pitcher's duel. Jacob deGrom, Jamison Tyone. J-Mo, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 4 Ks, 2 walks, and Jacob deGrom with 6 scoreless innings, 8 punch outs, no walks.
Yeah, if Nico took the day off, deGrom would be working on a perfecto. Jamison Tyone has stood tall here this afternoon as well. This guy's getting plenty of swings and misses.
JMO with 14 through 5+. Liner down the left field line, foul.
Seager was a strikeout victim last time he was up, fooled by a good changeup.
Check swing there, didn't go.
He's able to keep the bat back. A lot of move, big long stride.
There's a pop-up foul. And a souvenir for the fans. JMO working quickly. And the 2-2. Hit to right center field. Pete Crow Armstrong races back, looks up at the wall, and he makes the catch.
Well, let's take a look at the work of Jameson Taillon here this afternoon. Like a pretty good let up there, but we've seen a lot of swings and misses at his fastball. There's a little slider, cutter. Changeup he got Seager with.
Nice play by Pete. Line to left, and Josh Young with another multi-hit game. Bring out Craig Counsell. Jameson Taillon at 90 pitches. Well, the pitching change brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time.
Milner enters the game after Jameson Taillon goes 5 1/3, and I was able to catch up with Homie Milner yesterday before the game because this is home for Hobie. He went to school, high school in Fort Worth. He went to the University of Texas, played here last year with the Rangers, and check out this from Hobie in high school. So Hobie pitched, and he was a hitter. And so I talked to him about this home run, which he says, look, I was a contact guy, okay? So I had a high average and a low slug, but we got to look here at the slug. And so he was telling me, guys, that freshman year, he was on the freshman team, but he hit 750. His junior year, he hit in like the 400s, and his senior year, he hit 559. His high school coach, Stephen Smith, had really nice things to say about him.
Yeah, looked like a real contact hitter, hitting it over the green monster of Texas in right field there.
Stephen Smith, his high school coach, said that this kid is cool as a cucumber in high school. He was probably the most athletic player on the field most games. Kid could run, hit, and pitch. His nickname, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hobie, a big Star Wars guy.
Yeah, dropped that on him on May the 4th. I didn't realize that was his nickname back then. That's pretty cool. Kind of rolls off the tongue, though, doesn't it?
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Talk about his athletic ability in Texas. Obviously, high school football reigned supreme. He did play high school football. He was a kicker and a punter, but nonetheless a football player.
Pitched 73 times for the Rangers last year and put up a 3.84 ERA.
Jock Peterson lofts it to left towards the corner, and it just goes foul. The young fan who caught it, he is dancing around the concourse right now. He's skipping.
Oh yeah, little guy. Yeah.
think he just chest bumped one of his friends. He got it. Great range.
Bring that to school tomorrow. Hope he's been a big leaguer off and on since 2017 when he debuted with Philly.
Hit hard to second. Nico makes the play to first, and Hobie Milner gets out of it in the 6th. Low scoring game. Cubs trail 1-0. The United Airlines destination board. Off day tomorrow, Atlanta. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to the south side, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And if you want to take a flight from O'Hare to Midway for the Crosstown Classic, go for it. Maybe not the most time efficient.
Well, at this stage of the game like this, the way DeGrom is going, you just hope somebody runs into one and say, certainly a candidate to do just that.
Taps it foul into the Cubs dugout. The only run, the questionable RBI fielder's choice for the Rangers in the 4th. It takes it away. Strikeout and a pop out for Sale. Homered in game 1 this series. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
For a limited time, you can purchase an ALS t-shirt from Obvious Shirts at ivyshop.com. All proceeds benefit Project Main Street, a nonprofit dedicated to assisting those living with ALS. Head over to Ivy Shop now to get yours. That's Book's charity, folks.
It is. Jacob deGrom now with 9 Ks. And season high is 10.
Ian Happ looking to continue this long on base streak. Reached 30 consecutive games heading into play here today. He's punched out both times he's come up to the plate.
The 0 count to Happ. Jacob deGrom at 83 pitches. He does not have a walk yet today.
Has he had many 3-ball counts yet today? Feels like he's been ahead of the Cub hitters all afternoon.
Called strike. First 3-ball count of the afternoon. Pop up from Happ. Twisting foul. Three-two delivery. That powers it deep to right field. It's towards the line, and it is foul.
Wow. Third time perhaps was going to be the charm for Ian. Leaning, hoping, come on, come on.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
The thing about a guy like DeGrom after that near miss home run, some guys are going to be a little tentative, and he's like, no, here you go.
Second pitcher this season, Jacob deGrom, 10+ strikeouts against the Cubs. Evan Sheehan. Bush powers it foul. Today's game, JD, has truly been a game of inches. He and Happ missing by inches on that home run. Again, the RBI fielder's choice. Attack from Carson Kelly apparently missed by inches, and that's a single for Michael Bush. So Michael Bush, first hit of the afternoon for him, third hit for the Cubs today. Kelly pops it up, fouling out of play. Miss.
Remember, deGrom's doing this against a team that's been really difficult to strike out. The Cubs have the third lowest strikeout rate in Major League Baseball. An old adage about good pitching stopping good hitting.
Nothing Cubs trail. Michael Bush on first. We're in the 7th. Finale of this 3-game set. Kelly squibs that back to deGrom. Underhands the first, and Jacob deGrom, 7 scoreless innings this afternoon. Stretch time here at Globe Life Field. Life Field, and we are going to welcome you guys to the broadcast booth, brought to you by Budweiser. Cubs fans for 150 years. This Bud's for you. Alex Cohen, Jim DeShace here. 1-0 Rangers lead, and Jacob deGrom doing Jacob deGrom things.
Yeah, we figured it would be tough to score here today. deGrom has been as good as we've ever seen him, as I've ever seen him. He's still throwing that 98-mile-an-hour heater with that nasty slider. The good news for the Cubs is Jamison Tyone was outstanding today as well, so they're still very much in this game, down a run as we head to the late stages. Guessing that'll probably be it for deGrom, so the final 6 outs perhaps will fall to that Rangers bullpen. We'll see. Maybe Skip Schumacher will run him back out there for one more.
And the good news is we are still honoring our moms here on Mother's Day. Shout out to my mom, Wendy Kapustin, more than likely watching. This is from a wedding. It's got to be a couple of years ago because I still have a little bit of hair and my beard is not gray.
Yeah, there you go.
So that has to be 8 or so years ago. Mom still looks the same. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Happy Mother's Day, Wendy. There's my mom, Sheila. We lost her many years ago, way back in 1986, and that's, I'm trying to place that photo. That's, I don't know if it's in spring training somewhere. I don't recognize the wallpaper or drapery, whatever that is behind me. But yeah, we were having some fun. I was her favorite, there's no doubt about it.
Zero doubt. So Hobie Milner in for a second inning of work. Pitch is a strike. Elise Menaker, you want to honor your mom.
Yeah, Pam. It's Pam. I'm sure she's watching right now so she can take a picture of the TV screen like she always does. And yeah, I am my mother. So if you're wondering like why I am the way I am, I'm a carbon copy of her. For better or for worse for my siblings. 2 of us is a lot.
Yeah, I'm a mama's boy too. I really know what I could do with this Pam dilemma. Pam's the best.
There is action in the Cubs bullpen. This lefty Osuna may be it for Hobie here.
High chopper to short. Dansby fields to first. It's close, not in time.
Tough break for Hobie Milner. Gets a weak little chopper. Dansby does everything he can, but Osuna just too fast going down the line. Beats the wrap, so it's a leadoff knock. That's Dansby. Charge aggressively. Gets rid of this ball in a hurry. Can't do it any better than that. Despite his best effort, it's a leadoff single, and there'll be a pitching change.
Ozuna avoided Bush. Pitching change brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Pitching change in the bottom of the 7th. Fans never miss a moment of Cubs baseball with the Marquee app presented by Miller Lite. Scan the QR code now to stream live games, shows, and other exclusive Cubs content.
So Maton, like Hobie Milner, pitched for the Rangers last year. This year he's pitching for the Cubs, and he's done so 10 times. But a good chunk of time on the IL with an injured knee.
First pitch bunted. Maton picks it up, fires to first, and it's a sacrifice bunt.
Well, we wondered last time Jansen was up there if he was capable of getting a bunt down. There's your answer. Rangers play a little small ball here in the late stages of this game, trying to pad their lead.
Ozuna to second. Foscue up yesterday, his first big league homer.
Not had much success. Limited time in the big leagues. A nice minor league career with the bat, an outstanding college career. He was a first-round pick out of Mississippi State.
Mississippi State had a long run of really productive college hitters and then made their way up to the big leagues. Nathaniel Lowe, Brent Rooker. Swing and a miss.
Ooh, bad hack induced right there, a BHI. Well, you turn back the clock even further. You go back to Will Clark and Rafael Palmeiro.
Two from Maton. Hit well, but pulled foul.
Foscue's home run, the first of his career, as Alex mentioned, right down the left field line. And last night's ball game, I believe the note I'd seen today, or I saw earlier today, he was 3 out of 51 in his big league career. Prior to that, just a handful of at bats this season.
This away. 75-mile-per-hour breaking ball. Phil Maton signed with the Cubs prior to this season. A lot of the reason because he can spin it. Fires a fastball there, and it's on the inside corner for a called third strike.
Adam Hamry, the home plate umpire, rings him up. A little bit of a hesitation here before he makes the call. Just got the inside corner.
It's a big second out. Nimmo takes a strike.
They're just not having a whole lot of fun here today. 8 hits total in this ball game.
3 for the Cubs, 5 for the Rangers. Swing and a miss. And you see that fastball from Maton, 89 to 91. You look at his stats last year, a boatload of strikeouts. Rolled over to second. Nico charges. Fields over to first. Phil Maton. Job well done. Cubs trail 1-0. We'll go to the 8th. Marquee Sports Network is brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs. By Prevagen, made for the brain. And by Wintrust, different approach, better results. 8th inning here at Globe Life Field, and we have a pitching change brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Good news is Jacob deGrom out. Bad news is Jacob Latz in, and he's been really good.
Yeah, one Jacob yields to another. Latz, the lefty, 18 2/3 and an 0.96 ERA. Ooh. Felt low from my vantage point. Just a little bit low. Latz has an outstanding changeup.
It's up and in. Jacob Latz, 18 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, and a .482 whip, which even at a small sample size, very low.
Our first look at him in this series.
He grounds it sharply to second. Duran fields to first, 1 out.
That's currently out occupying that closer's role for the Rangers.
Swanson tips it foul.
Don't know if he'll be asked to get the final 6 outs of this game or not. No matter how good he has been, I'm sure the Cub hitters glad to see somebody out there other than Jacob deGrom.
deGrom, 7 innings, 3 hits, tied a season high with 10 Ks. Popped up. Right side. And it's fouling out of play. Go 2. Dansby crushes it. Center field. Carter back. And he makes the catch.
Just got under a little bit, hit it hard, but hit it high. And this is a big yard. And it's a big part of this big yard. Down towards the end of the bat a little bit. You see hopeful eyes there for Dansby, but see early on as Carter just eased on over, you knew that one was going to stay in the yard.
It's 410 to that alley and left center, more towards center field. Dansby gave it a ride, 2 outs. There's a strike. Pop up from Shaw towards foul ground. Foscue makes the catch. 1-2-3 inning for Latz. Middle lane, 1-0. Cubs trail.
And the Cubs are still down 1-0. We've been celebrating Mother's Day all game long, but I mentioned at the top of the game at the beginning that it's also Breast Cancer Awareness Day as we continue to raise awareness. So I wanted to bring your attention to Mark Strittmatter and his wife, Katie. Mark Strittmatter is the bullpen coach, and man, is his wife one tough woman. So she was diagnosed with breast cancer in November. She's already done chemotherapy and surgery and is currently undergoing radiation. She has 9 sessions left. So after that, she's also going to have to do a year of oral chemo. I mention all of this on top of the fact that she has Parkinson's disease. So Mark was so kind in sharing her story, just bringing awareness. And I wanted to mention it because even though she's tough, sometimes it's just nice knowing that you're not in the fight alone. So Katie, we're here for you. We're fighting for you. And keep it up. Stay strong.
Thinking of you, Katie. Thinking of you, the Strittmatter family. It's tip, but a swing and a miss. Kelly held on. Bring out Craig Counsell, and Phil Maton did his job. Getting pitching change, and there's Daniel Palencia warming up. Bottom of the 8th, Cubs down 1-0. Episode of Cubs Now drops tomorrow. Hear from me. Listen to me. Feel bad for you. And Lance Brostowski. 2 insiders who see the game from 2 completely different angles. Watch it on YouTube, the Marquee app, or listen wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, they're playing I Want to Dance with Somebody here in the ballpark. People are dancing along, and they want to feel the heat with somebody. Well, here you go. Here comes the heat. Daniel Palencia is the high-octane 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Will pitch for the 8th time. What are you and Lance breaking down on the podcast?
So we're breaking down some social media posts. We're breaking down a big series in Atlanta. Cubs, Braves coming into today, the 2 best teams in baseball. Lance is driving tomorrow's episode. I'm just sitting in the passenger seat.
Mm-hmm. You guys take turns?
Sometimes, yeah. Hit well to center field. Pete Crow Armstrong is back. He's at the wall. He makes the catch. A couple of long fly balls from Corey Seager in his last 2 at-bats.
And all he could do is smile that time. He's been in a bit of a rut, a big-time rut, and probably thought he got enough of that one, and not to get out of here to perhaps get himself an extra base hit. As you say so often, it stays in the yard. Pete's going to run it down. Top of the order for the Cubs in the 9th.
Inside out swing into right field. Josh Young with back-to-back 3-hit games.
Center fielder, number 32, Evan Carter.
Here's Evan Carter. 1-0 Rangers lead. Jim Deshaies, the only run of the game was one that was, for lack of a better word, questionable. RBI fielder's choice. Runner was ruled safe at home. We saw a bunch of different replays. Most of them looked out. Call on the field stood.
Yeah, it was a real nice play by Michael Busch. Josh Young was the base runner at third. Bang, bang play at the plate. And we had one look, really looked out. But apparently they saw something different back in New York.
Needs to be inconclusive evidence to overturn, but from this vantage point, which is not every vantage point, they're pretty clear. It's a 98 from Palencia. One count to Evan Carter. Swing and a miss at 100. Two balls, two strikes. Palencia fires upstairs. Payoff. Pulled to right. Seiya Suzuki heads back. He's at the wall. He jumps. It's gone. Just above the yellow line. Evan Carter, 5th home run of the year. 2-run shot. And it's 3-0 Rangers in the 8th.
All right, now that 9th inning hill gets a whole lot tougher to climb. Carter hitting just $174, but he's got a little pop in the bat. That's home run number 5, and that's a bit of a hitter-friendly part of this ballpark. 325 right down the right field line. High towering shot, just ekes out of here.
Swing and a miss. Evan Carter hit that home run. It was his first hit of the series. It was on a slider from Palencia. To delivery. That is hammered down the right field line. Twists foul.
That time a split finger pitch from Daniel hung a little bit.
Two. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2-run home run. Evan Carter makes it a 3-0 game. Last chance for the Cubs. Will go to the 9th. After today's game, make sure you watch Cubs post-game live. It's Cole Wright and Jason Kipnis. They'll recap the game. They'll recap the series against the Rangers.
Cubs need some heroes here in the 9th.
Need to score a run. They haven't scored in their last 19 innings.
Pico's been really good here today. 2 of the 3 hits the Cubs managed off DeGrom. He's also lined out.
Latz had a scoreless inning in the 8th, has 3 saves. Shot up the middle. Duran fields. Long throw to first, and it gets Nico. Comes down to their final 2 outs. This is Ballesteros, who's had a rough day. 0 for 3, 3 Ks.
Yeah, his timing is off. Well, he just couldn't catch up to the DeGrom fastball. Wasn't able to make an adjustment.
Cubs in danger of getting shut out in back-to-back games for the first time since 2024. September against the Yankees. One. Popped up. Right side of the infield. Duran and Foscue converge, and Foscue makes the catch. Cubs down to their final out. Had a flair for the dramatic this season. Had the back-to-back-to-back walk-offs last homestand. 12 come from behind victories. Just need a base runner at this point. Ball, 1 strike to Seiya. Today, a pair of strikeouts. Hit yesterday, had a homer on Friday. Was it foul? Rangers fans on their feet. Seiya Suzuki down to his final strike. Upstairs. Two. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cubs shut out for the 2nd consecutive game. They win game 1, they lose game 2, they lose game 3, and take 1 out of 3 in the weekend series at Globe Life Field.
And one of the stories of yesterday's game was missed opportunities. Today, the story, the very few opportunities. They went 3 up, 3 down, and 6 of the 9 times they came to bat in this game. It's just too much Jacob deGrom. It didn't matter necessarily of the Cubs having a bad approach. They were just up against one of the best in the business, and he had his A game here today.
All right, final score 3-0 for Jim DeShays, Elise Menaker, and our entire crew. I'm Alex Cohen. Thanks for watching Chicago Cubs baseball here on Marquee Sports Network. Your final score: the Texas Rangers 3 and the Chicago Cubs 0. Tomorrow is an off day in Atlanta for the Cubs, but the action picks back up on Tuesday. Coverage begins at 5 p.m. Up next, Cubs postgame live. Cole Wright, Jason Kipnis. Cole, take it away.
Well, thank you very much, AC. A disappointing outcome, and the bats, they've been disappointing as well. They haven't been able to score over the last 20 innings. When you're cold, huh?
But they weren't cold. I think they just got Jacob deGrom today.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
The bats weren't cold. Jacob deGrom, and he was hot in the 3-0. That's the final right there. We'll tell you how it all unfolded. Cubs postgame live. We're coming at you right after this.